You are a liar if you say you have not recreated. That's what
There's nothing to tell me or Max to change our mind.
Oh, I didn't even
wow,
think about
think
that.
about that.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Alleyways, or if it's your first time here, welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this video, and if you haven't already, please join the Alleyways family, subscribe to the channel, give this video a big thumbs up, and turn on post notifications, not only so you know when I have new content, but also so we can include you in the subscriber shout out. But obviously, it is a packed house today.
Yes.
Our first video with all 4 siblings. You guys requested that we all get together, and today we are talking about our 5 favorite Disney soundtracks.
I missed the cue.
The back row is a little quiet. We're gonna have to wake them up back there. But yes, some people did these in no particular order. What we're going to do is just kind of like kick things off and talk about the ones that we like and jump in when we have one in common.
Yes, I think that we probably are gonna have a lot of them in common.
I think there's gonna be one on my list that might not be on yours.
I have 5 and then an honorable mention.
I've got 5 and like all the rest are honorable mentions.
Yeah.
And every other soundtrack's an honorable mention.
For me, it would probably differ depending on the day.
Yes,
Yes.
it's
And,
you're right.
and the
That's
season.
right. Yeah,
And
that's true.
the
Because there's
season.
because there's summer,
There's some
summer
that are
soundtracks.
kind of like
and then there's winter
summery
soundtracks.
feeling. Yes,
Yeah.
I agree.
And as always, we want to know what you guys like, so comment your top 5 in the comments down below. All right, I'm gonna kick things off with what I ranked as number 5, and like even just putting this in the number 5 spot felt like slander because how much I like it. Princess and the Frog.
Yes,
my
that's
number
on
3.
mine.
Number 3, that's
Yeah.
on yours?
Yep, it's on mine for sure.
It didn't make it on mine, but I've only seen it that one time.
Oh,
Yes.
Dig a
my
little deeper,
goodness.
just hits different.
It does
Oh,
hit
my
different.
goodness.
And also Evangeline now.
We all, of course,
Evangeline, yes, my belle Evangeline.
yes, of course we're biased because we have a little Evangeline.
Yes.
And so,
That song is extra special to me.
Yeah.
Now. I already loved that song. I mean, that whole entire soundtrack is amazing.
yeah, it's a great soundtrack. I
Yes.
love Almost There, Friends on the Other
Yes.
Side.
There's not a single song in that whole movie that I don't like.
I
True.
agree. That's exactly
Agreed.
how I feel. Every single one. Whenever I listen to that soundtrack, I'm like, oh yes,
Yes.
oh yes.
It's
I'm
all
like,
good.
And there's
excited
no
about
lead
each
vocals.
one.
There's nobody that
No.
like you know,
And it has some pretty good songs on the Disney Cruise live shows.
dig a little deeper.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes.
And
On point.
it's like I don't want to call it music videos, but like the scenes
Yeah, the visuals
during-
for the music.
during the
Oh,
music
they're
is that
so
makes it
good.
so much better.
Well, the Friends on the Other Side is an amazing animation sequence.
Yeah.
It just, when the song paired with that animation sequence
Yeah.
is just awesome.
That's a good point, Edie.
And
She's
also,
full of 'em.
can I say, I really love Almost There.
Yeah.
Anytime I've had like a big goal I'm getting towards,
Yeah.
I always think about that song and I always want to
Almost There.
listen to it. It's inspirational.
Whenever I finally book, or we all finally book a Disney cruise again, I'm gonna sing that in my head
Oh
every
my
day.
gosh. No, well, actually, the time that we were going to go on our first Disney cruise all together, like
Oh
since
my
I got married,
God.
I actually made one of those little paper chain things to tear apart. And so like in the last 5 days, I did Almost There.
That will,
Yeah.
yes.
That's cool.
we need to book another Disney cruise.
We do need to.
Yeah.
Okay, for the people that ranked, who, number 5,
I have a number 5.
what is it?
Goofy movie.
Oh, I didn't even
wow,
think about
Yeah.
that. Yeah,
I
that was
remember growing up,
smart.
I think we may have had that soundtrack on CD.
I don't remember. I know we definitely had that. We had that movie on VHS.
Yeah.
And one summer we watched it
Oh,
a lot.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I can remember loving the songs on that. Eye to Eye and
The
shoot,
Stand Out.
Open Road.
Yeah.
Oh,
The
yeah.
Open Road, yeah.
And-
Stand Out, yeah.
I can confirm that Hunter does in fact love that soundtrack.
I know, that's what I was about to say.
Because he won us a Disney Cruise movie tunes trivia because he knew the opening to Open Road.
Yeah,
And I was like,
he was
who
the
is
only
this?
person.
He was the only person in
the
trivia.
only human in that trivia that knew it.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I've long been a fan of that soundtrack, and it's got all like really fun, kind of quintessential 90s music.
It
Yeah.
does.
So if you come from that, kind of era, and you like that type of music, that one's gotta be.
Hunter,
Yeah, that
that's
was
such
a good one. That was
one.
really thinking outside the box.
Right, I
that
like
was
that one.
good.
That
yeah.
is good.
My number 5 was a really hard one to put at number 5 because it houses my favorite Disney song of all time, Hercules.
That was my
Oh.
number one.
Oh, man.
Hercules.
Hercules is great.
Hercules.
I won't say I'm
All
in
right,
love. It's
so-
just a bop on itself. You can play that on the radio and it'd do great.
You're right.
Yeah.
I love that song.
that
And
song
I do.
is so good.
All right, I could buy having Hercules at top 5 because it's got some
It
great,
does have a
undeniably
bunch
great.
of-
0 to hero.
Sell me on it for number 1, Al. What's your?
Yeah.
This is why I picked it. I think it is one of the Disney movies that has the most songs. When I
Yeah,
think
it's a
about
bunch.
it, has so many songs, and I think it has a variety of performers. But I love that we have the muses that really, there are narrators, and they
Yes.
narrate the film in song, which I think makes it one of the strongest
And
musicals.
I really like too that they did do it like a church choir singing, just kind of giving it that more modern feel.
Yes.
I really like that it kind of made it
Yes.
just like funner and cooler when
Yeah.
you were young. It
And
made the story
vocals
more
of the muses
relatable.
are really strong.
Oh,
And it's like
I-
Beyonce. I'm
Yeah.
like, who is it?
I know.
Tell me who it is. It's
The-
Whitney Houston, Beyonce, Tina Turner.
Well, I saw this.
Oh.
I saw this
Not
thing
actually.
that was talking about if they do a live action Hercules, who would you cast as the music?
That's who I'm telling you. I cast.
That's who you would cast.
Maybe
Well,
Lizzo too.
somebody
now.
said Lizzo, Beyonce. I forget. So tell us who you would cast as the muses in the comments down below. But I love the muses.
I
I
do
love
too.
the
It has to
costumes.
be like 3 of the strongest singers though of
Yeah.
all time.
And
to cast
Danny
for that.
DeVito. Come on, he
Yeah.
crushed it.
Yeah.
I love
That's
his
true.
song.
I do like that song a lot.
Yes, I love the Hercules soundtrack. I just put it in number 1 because, and I love Go the Distance.
Oh,
that
yeah.
I
song
know,
makes
that
me
song is
emotional.
sweet.
Yeah.
And I feel
Hercules
like
really did something to you.
It's got a lot of
It did.
different types of songs. Like it's got some stuff to pump you up, some really like touching, heartfelt.
I just
songs.
need you guys to acknowledge that I Won't Say I'm in Love could play on the radio.
Yeah,
And
I
would do
could.
well.
Oh no, it definitely would. I like
It doesn't sound like a Disney.
doo-woppy.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know?
It's fun.
And you know the muses were backing her up, and I love that soundtrack. I love that movie, and yes, there's a lot of variety. And you're right. There's something for every mood on that soundtrack.
That one is
So
a
that's
really
why
good
it was
one.
my number 1.
If you're feeling emo, you got something.
Yeah.
You got it. Okay, I'm curious to see, Courtney, we've been going by like number 5. Let's throw one out
So,
there.
okay, I didn't rank mine because it changes just day by day for what I'm in the mood for. But one of my all-time favorites in my top 5, The Little Mermaid.
That's my number 1.
Yep.
That's my number 2.
Oh man.
The Little Mermaid.
I love it.
Yes. I think that the ride is what changed it for me.
Oh my gosh. See, so Little Mermaid came out obviously when I was really young. I already loved mermaids before then. And then
Yeah.
when I saw that just like took me completely over the top.
Yeah.
And part of your world
Under the
is
sea.
so wonderful. Part of your world is excellent because it conveys in that song, just in that little package, Ariel's whole struggle and what she wants, and it really defines her character. And you think how if you didn't have that song in the movie, you wouldn't really know that much about what she wants, and like I guess I don't want to exactly say her struggle is, but what her heart's desire
Her journey.
is. Yes. And so that song is just awesome. And I have to say too, you know, on the reprise of Part of Your World when she's up on the rock and then the wave
Yes.
crashes over her.
That is an iconic Disney moment.
That is
And you are a liar if you say you have not recreated.
That's what I was gonna say. I was gonna say, comment down below if you have ever gotten in the water and tried to recreate that moment.
Yeah.
If you have done it
Hunter's like-
in a pool,
Yeah,
in a
fellas, do that
bathtub,
every
in a lake, any body of water. Yes.
Yeah.
And if you don't comment, we'll know who's a liar.
Hunter said in the back. I think that too, the ride changed it for me because that ride is awesome.
Oh my goodness,
And-
that's wonderful.
After going on that ride, I was like, man, I can't get those songs out of my head. And it was like every single song that plays, I'm like, oh, it's so good. Oh, it's so good.
And Under the Sea, can we just take
Yeah.
a minute too to talk about
The lyrics.
lyrical complexity of
Yeah.
that? And I have to say how much I respect Howard Ashman. He is a lyrical genius.
He is a genius. And if you haven't already watched a documentary about him on
I
Disney
haven't,
Plus,
and I need to because I respect him so much.
Wait.
it's amazing.
Who all included Little Mermaid on their list?
All three.
Okay, I did not think to include
Now
that.
I'm
but yeah.
curious.
Okay.
I know.
Yes.
Okay, so you have number 5, Goofy movie. What's
Yeah.
number 4?
Yeah, I'm
Alright.
like, Hunter's a mystery.
Hunter,
I know, I
it's
didn't
an
even think about
enigma.
All right, number 4, Tarzan.
Oh, I didn't include that. And I can't believe
I know.
I love Phil Collins.
She
What the
played
heck?
that soundtrack non-stop.
I can't believe I didn't even think about it.
Okay,
The reason
Meredith?
why it's not in my top 5.
I know.
Oh my gosh.
Meredith, not
She
putting
drove
Tarzan
us
in.
insane with that soundtrack.
We're gonna cut this right now and take her to the doctor to make sure she's okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Hunter, great choice.
Yeah. Is it because you love Phil Collins as much as I do?
Yeah, I definitely love Phil Collins, but also I was listening to some soundtracks like to prepare for this video, and I was listening to Tarzan. I was like, man, it really does have a little bit of everything emotionally too. It's got some
Yes.
like really touching, heartfelt stuff. It's got some like stuff that you could throw on a workout playlist.
It
Son of a
does.
Man.
It seriously does.
Yes.
Son of a Man is a great song.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a
Trash
great
in the
song.
Camp.
Yeah,
Trash in
some
the Can.
fun,
Oh, man.
hilarious stuff.
Yes.
And you know, like a lot of it composed by I guess Phil Collins. So that's
Hunter, you've made a
Pretty
fool
neat.
of me.
I know, Meredith. I mean, like I said, Meredith listened to that CD so much
yeah.
that,
Yeah.
like I said, that's the reason
We
why
do
it's
have
not
that
in my top 5 because
Yeah.
I was like, I have
It's
heard
got a
those
really different
songs
sound.
Yeah,
than a
so
lot of,
many
The
times.
thing about all of that music is it all goes together so well. It's so cohesive. Also, I love animals. And,
Yes, she does.
and I'm not a super overly emotional person. Allie always makes fun of me because on Christmas she says, I'm like, thanks.
Our annual hug.
Yeah. That movie makes me cry every time.
Those songs make me cry.
Yeah.
It's a great movie too.
It is
yeah.
a great movie.
And Hunter, you've made a fool of me.
I
can't
know.
believe that.
And
I
Hunter,
considered
thought
I
I
can't
did-
believe
Did
that.
did nobody else include that?
No.
It was an honorable mention.
Man.
But Hunter, you know what else? That's like such a flex for Phil Collins too, because think about all the other ones we're talking about. They have different performers singing different songs and different styles, and he created something. Not by himself, of course, but it is one person performing all the songs, and they're all.
What's your
Yeah,
favorite?
super
I need to
unique.
know.
Except
Oh,
for
man.
Trash in the Camp. But
Yeah. Gosh, probably Son of Man. I was listening
Yeah.
to that this morning,
Yeah.
and I was
Yep.
just like, I could like run to this.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah.
oh
Do you like Phil Collins' voice, or do you?
Yeah.
Okay.
yes, only
Courtney
band.
doesn't
And
like Phil
it's got the
Collins.
I don't like Phil
nostalgia.
Collins.
I'm gonna add
Sorry,
Phil. Is Phil
I'm
Collins
sorry.
still alive?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna
Super
add.
like him.
I'm gonna add him in the comments. Be like, my sister hates your guys.
No, I don't. He's not my favorite.
We better move on from this Phil Collins slander before I get
I'm
demonetized.
sorry. I know. But everybody's gonna like
Yeah.
coming after me.
I'll
like,
tell you.
"Please run
I'll
your
tell you
brain."
one of mine.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Wait. Do you want to go?
No, go ahead.
Beauty and the Beast.
That
Oh,
was my
yeah, that was
number
in mine.
3.
That was
Yeah.
my number 1.
Oh,
yeah.
Hunter is just so coming out here.
I know.
today.
Hunter
Yeah.
coming with the heat of me.
I know.
And I will tell you what sold me on the music from Beauty and the Beast was the live show on the cruise.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh,
And,
yeah.
Yeah.
and just like the extravagant scenery, like in your face, and then
Yeah.
you really come to appreciate the music.
Yes.
And then
It's
upon
beautiful.
rewatching it, you realize like, oh, it's a musical. The whole way through, they're integrating songs. They're telling the story
Well, and
by
it's
using
great.
songs.
Yes, exactly.
Yes. You're right.
That movie and this same. Well, this is true of a lot of Disney movies. Little Mermaid is another one. That's a good example. But the song moves the plot forward, and it also explains, I guess, the characters and their struggle
Sets
and
the tone
what
for
they're
every moment.
going through.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. It really does set the tone.
And also Angela Lansbury. Come on. Like,
She, Beauty and the Beast is just
legend.
a beautiful
Yeah.
song.
Mhm.
That is, it's just sweet, it's romantic, it's so
Classic.
pretty.
Yeah.
And
Tense moments.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Great job of setting tense moments right in the very beginning. The music in the opening scene.
oh,
Okay.
that opening, so a harpist covered that opening song on TikTok, and it is beautiful. And I'm not gonna lie, I looked at booking harpists for my wedding, and I was gonna send them that clip and be like, play this when I come in.
Well, and okay, can we also please talk about how, again, the lyrical complexity and how much I love the songs Be Our
Your
Guest
Guest.
and Gaston.
Yes.
I mean, who cannot love that song?
Just
That
hilarious.
it is so
Yeah, Hunter
funny.
has
It's
talked
so
about for years how
clever.
funny he thinks that song
Yeah.
is.
It is
I,
hilarious.
And I think I was
antlers
just
in
too,
all of my decorating.
I think I
Yes.
was too young to appreciate the lyrics at the time, but now that Hunter's pointed out, I'm like, yeah, man.
It is
Yeah.
so, and I'm especially good at expectorating.
Yeah.
Humor is a critical part of a Disney soundtrack.
Yes.
And it has humor.
Oh, it is.
throughout.
It is so funny, and I love singing along with
Yes.
those songs.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about what you said, and I'm agreeing. I loved Be Our Guest even more after the live show on the cruise because they made it so visually stunning and engaging on the cruise that it felt like getting to walk into that animation
It felt like you're
sequence.
a member of the
man.
dinner party.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Have you guys watched the Beauty and the Beast Dark Ride POV?
no.
Okay, it just opened. I believe it's in Tokyo Disney, and correct me if I'm wrong. I watched it, and if you love the Beauty and the Beast soundtrack and that movie, you need to see that POV. It is beautiful, it's stunning, amazing job of incorporating it, and so just kind of in that
Well,
vein.
we know what we're doing after this.
Yes.
I want to say one more thing about it.
Okay.
Beauty and the Beast to me is one of the movies I would like to be in, like the setting.
Yeah.
And I think that Disney, I obviously hadn't been to
Yeah,
Gaston's Tavern.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that, because Courtney and George took me, and I think that that made me like the movie more.
Yeah.
Because
Oh
you
my
get to,
goodness.
like, I think that's one reason why I do like the Little Mermaid soundtrack so much, is like you feel like you're immersed in it.
Yeah, and the story of Beauty and the Beast itself is a story of a young girl who is like obsessed with like crazy wild love stories, and she then
Adventure.
finds herself in one.
She
Yeah.
wants adventure, and then she gets
Yeah.
an adventure.
And I, yeah,
she
so
gets some
thank you
adventure.
guys for taking me, because it made me like it that much more.
Tender moment. All right. My camera overheated, but we're back.
Sorry.
And I have one more to mention. Courtney and Hunter each have two. Meredith has one. So we'll let you guys go first.
Court?
Oh, okay. So, Moana.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
You know, I'm
love
like,
Moana.
okay, we have to include Moana. I'm telling you, I love every single song
Yeah.
on that soundtrack. They are I love Shiny. I think it's hilarious. You're welcome. Hilarious.
When my friends, Katie and Henry, play You're Welcome, I'm not joking. I walk into the store at work and they would be like dancing on the table and on the chairs, singing You're Welcome like all day.
It's
Oh my
so
goodness.
good.
Yeah,
That's
it's universally liked.
How far I'll go makes me emotional.
Oh my gosh,
It
that's
wasn't
it.
on my list, but it was an honorable mention.
Oh my gosh, I absolutely love every single song.
Yeah.
Evangeline also loves every single song. She wants to listen to it all the time.
Moana.
And we do listen to it all the time.
All
I
the
still
time.
am not tired of it.
I
Yeah.
had it on revision 1 of my list.
Oh my gosh.
First list, yeah.
We Know
Me
the
too.
Way. I love that song.
Mhm.
It's just, and you know, just to get super cheesy, one reason I really love that song is I'm like, Polynesian people really did this.
Yeah.
They really did it. And I'm sorry, I know this is like super cheesy, but that song really touches me because I'm
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
it's so amazing that these people were so brave and just
know.
did this.
And when I watch the visual, it makes me emotional.
It
When he like
does.
passes on like the
Yeah.
Oh my
leadership
gosh,
to the next
yes.
man, I'm like,
yes, I know.
And
it makes
the
it's so
animation-
beautiful.
And also when Moana does kind of that, I am Moana.
Yes.
When she like summons her courage and her
And has
So
her
strength.
grandmother-
Vision's gonna play that.
Oh my
Yes.
gosh,
She
that
can pretend to do that.
well, that's I love that. I love that song.
I cry in
love
that
that moment in the movie. It is. I know. Actually, we watched that movie not that long ago, and I was crying basically
Yeah.
the entire way through it. I was like, oh my gosh, Moana.
I know. And she's like, I'll carry you here in my heart. You'll remind me. I'm like, oh.
I know. No, and the grandmother when she
That
like
wrecks
her
my life.
spirit soars and
I
carries
know.
Moana over the reef.
It makes you think about your people. You know?
No objections if that one's in the top 5, right?
Yeah.
Oh
either.
my goodness,
What
I
was-
absolutely love it.
Me too. What was yours?
One that I'm going to mention that I think other people may have is actually The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Okay, so I was thinking only just Disney animated movies. I
Okay.
wasn't branching outside of that, but oh my gosh,
It was my honorable mention / substitute number 1.
that one is yes.
I didn't know if it
A banger.
qualified for the
It-
list, but
yeah.
Yeah, it
it's,
does.
it's awesome
Yeah.
throughout. It's just super different.
Yeah.
It is.
You know what's
so
funny? Hunter
good.
brings a really good male perspective
Yeah.
because
Yes.
all of his have been like a little bit, besides Beauty and the Beast, have been like what I would imagine a man's to be.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, and 2, you know, I'll let you talk about it because it's your pick.
Yeah.
But
Why
I agree. I love it.
Yeah.
It is phenomenal.
I think Danny Elfman
Yes.
has
Yes.
some tracks on there. And
He,
Yeah.
he
super
did the whole
talented.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just an amazing composer. He
Yeah.
What's your
really is.
favorite?
I think that you know that in that sort of morose setting, it can feel like a little scary for a kids movie, but the music I think plays an important role, and then it makes it feel like accessible to children.
Mhm.
and
It's
not quite
leavening.
as- yeah,
Yes.
it is. It's funny. It's lighthearted. It's clever.
Witty.
It integrates with the story really
Mhm.
nicely.
Yeah.
And there's a good number of tracks too.
Yep.
So.
Great vocal performances, an amazing composition, and absolute earworms. And
Yeah.
let me just tell you, on September 1st at about 6:30, I'm going to
Every
be on
year.
Yeah.
every year. It's like, if you haven't, I'd say it's time you begun. And I'm like, here we are, everybody.
Yeah, it's one of those ones that has its time of year.
Oh,
Yeah,
for
It's just
sure.
every single year.
Fall,
yeah.
definitely.
Yep. It was my honorable mention. Could have been number 1.
Oh my gosh, that one, that is a fantastic pick. It is absolutely phenomenal.
It's a
Love
fall.
it.
I think it's an
Moana
underrated
is a
movie.
summer,
So-
just
yeah,
like Lilo
Moana
and
is
Stitch.
summer.
would be
Oh, I
another-
love Lilo and
another
Stitch.
honorable mention. Okay,
But-
I'm gonna say
yeah.
one that I think everyone should have, and we're all gonna have, Aladdin.
All right, yeah. That,
Oh,
it's,
okay,
it's
that
number
is
2
one of
on
my
list.
honorable mentions.
That is one of my honorable mentions,
Mhm.
but I can't believe that y'all don't have the one that I have on y'all's list. But yeah, go ahead.
I mean, Robin Williams,
Oh.
National Treasure.
Yeah.
I would say Robin Williams cast as the genie is that, and Leonardo DiCaprio as Jay Gatsby are the 2 greatest castings of all time.
It's an amazing soundtrack. It's catchy, everything. Moves the plot along.
And lyrically, so clever.
Yeah.
Prince
So
Ali
clever.
Hilarious.
is
Mhm.
awesome. You just if you put it on closed caption like I do everything,
Yes.
But she has the volume on 0.
really
And she
appreciate
can still
the
hear it.
lyrics. It is so clever. 'Cause you just you gotta read all the lyrics, and just the amount of things they're able to fit into that song.
Yeah.
It is so funny. And I love too, one thing I also really love about that song, well, and Howard Ashman in general, he incorporates kind of unusual words into lyrics for children's songs. And I love that. Like, genuflect, show some respect, down on one knee. And what a great way to build a child's vocabulary too, can I just say.
And they picked the composition was great. They picked all the right instruments, and the musicality just went so well. 'Cause
Symphony
Oh,
orchestra.
So
Yes.
good.
So what's everyone's favorite song from Aladdin?
Prince
Well,
Ali.
it's Prince Ali is really
Oh.
good.
A Whole New World.
Whole New World's
Whole New
beautiful.
World is
A
great.
classic.
Yeah.
But Friend Like Me,
That's what mine
Oh,
is.
that one's
One
also
Jump.
awesome.
One
Jump
Jump.
is great.
One Jump
But
for
Friend Like Me is
Prize,
the best.
or is that
Yeah.
what it is? Yeah, I think so. They're all great. So that's my top 5.
That
Plus
is a
honorable
great.
mentions.
I did. That one was an honorable mention, and it was. I just love that one. It is
Yeah.
awesome.
What was the one that you
Yeah.
were gonna say?
The Lion King.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought for
I-
sure that was
yeah.
another honorable mention.
That was
Yeah,
funny
no, the
too.
Lion King to me is like a classic.
Well,
Elton John, like it's just a classic. When I think of Disney music, the 2 things I think of are Little Mermaid and The Lion King.
Well,
Epic.
Circle
Epic,
of Life
yeah.
has got to be one of the most powerful songs ever. When they open with that, you are like, yes.
Yeah.
It is, you know you're about
Be
to see
prepared
something special.
absolutely slaps. And
Be
there's
prepared.
nothing to tell me or Max to change our mind.
Yes.
No,
Be prepared is cutthroat, and I love it. Best villains.
Can't wait to
one
be
of the best
king.
villain songs. Yeah,
Oh,
can't
yes.
wait to be king.
That song
Hakuna
cracks me up.
Matata.
Also
Oh.
a great animation sequence.
That's what I was gonna say. I think I Just Can't Wait to Be
Oh, yeah,
King
that
is
is a
the
great-
best animation sequence of any Disney movie.
Yeah, there's also a great TikTok by this guy who talks about them being like, we need something epic for the ending of Lion King, and it's Lebo and maybe who else did the music there? Who was one of the, I forget who it was. Like, we've got something pretty special cooked up, and it like starts playing the end, like the circle of life at the end, and it shows everybody just be like, oh, what is happening? And
Oh
it's-
my gosh, yeah,
it's that
it's
good.
beautiful.
But and also The Lion King all the way through. There's not a song in that movie that I'm like, it doesn't bring the heat.
Yeah.
The
Every
Lion
single
King,
song.
it is, it's epic. For
It
sure.
is. Yeah.
I think you guys both have one more.
I've got one still.
Oh, I actually Aladdin was the second
For
one
you?
that I
Oh, okay.
had, yeah. So
High five.
All right. Is everybody else done except
Yeah.
for me?
Yeah.
Okay. I cannot believe you guys didn't put this on your list. Tangled.
I
Oh,
thought you were
Every
gonna say that.
single song,
Tangled.
love it. Name a song, I love it.
Yeah.
Every single one, I love. I
Yeah.
think the Mother Knows Best is so funny.
So good.
Such a great song. And then I Have a Dream. I've got a
Oh,
dream.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I love that one. That part of the movie is just hilarious.
And When Will My Life Begin? If
Oh
you play
my
that
gosh,
in the
it's
morning
so
when you're waking
good.
up, it's a great morning
It is.
song.
I know. I love that.
I
Putting
was
that
a
on in the
little bit
morning.
worried.
Doing my chores.
Yeah.
I was a little bit worried when they like started coming out with new Disney movies that the new soundtracks wouldn't be as good.
Oh.
But you know, the three like new Moana, Prince and the Frog, and Tangled, all
Heat.
all great.
Yeah. Tangled is amazing. I absolutely love it. I love the the Last I've Seen the Light.
Beautiful.
So pretty. And actually, if you just listen to the instrumental version of it,
Yeah.
like any instrumental version, it is perfect wedding material.
I was about to say, would you have made that your first dance song?
I actually recommended it to my brother and sister-in-law for their wedding, and she did use it as the song she walked down the aisle to. So
That's sweet.
that was kind of
What
awesome.
song would
It's
you walk down the
beautiful.
aisle to? Put it in the comments down
What?
below.
Yeah, I would actually want to know what Disney songs would you guys think you would walk down the aisle to, Hunter?
For
That might have to be a separate video. I
Yeah.
don't think I've seen Tangled.
oh my gosh!
I should have done Chrome.
Really?
I don't
Whoa.
think I've seen Tangled.
Okay, that's
we
what
need
We're
to
watching
do
that this
this.
afternoon.
That has to
I
be
actually think
read.
you would really like it, Hunter.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, it's so good. And I
We'll watch
love
it.
Mandy Moore's voice. I
Yeah.
love Zachary Levi's voice.
Yeah.
That whole, like I said, the I've Got a Dream. I love all of the like kind of cameo parts that were in that, like Jeffrey Tambor and oh gosh, Brad Garrett. It's just so good. It's
And they're
so
all catchy.
funny.
Who is
And
the
I even
voice?
like
Lynn?
her song to make her hair glow.
Zachary Levi.
Her hair glowing song is really good too.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
And if
yes.
I was a little kid, I would sing that dramatically and like wait.
Oh, me
See
too.
if my hair
No,
was glowing.
yes,
Yeah.
definitely.
I do have one bone to pick with the writers.
Oh, the brown hair.
Yeah, brown hair's not ugly.
Okay, does anybody have any honorable mentions we left out?
Yes.
Besides all of them?
I do have one other one that I really love. Jungle Book.
Oh, yeah.
I love the
Sherman
Jungle
Brothers.
Book.
I do not
They
like that
actually-
Legends.
I don't know. Did they do?
They
the
did
writing
Be
on that?
Like You.
Did they? Okay,
I think
I
so.
didn't remember
Let me-
who had done it. I
This
didn't
is why
look
we
it
have
up.
people.
I do not like that
But-
movie at all.
Oh my gosh, okay, I absolutely love the Jungle Book and I absolutely love those songs. The Be Like You is, I just think it's so fun and bare
I'm surprised that
necessities.
wasn't on
Yeah, Jungle Book should have been on mine.
Okay, if you're gonna take one,
Yeah,
I'll
I
put
was-
that on.
so
Would you?
good.
Man. Yeah, Jungle Book would. If I was to put another one on,
Okay,
it'd probably be Jungle Book.
whenever I think about going on a Disney cruise, one of my favorite things is when you're in the hallways, they always play instrumental versions. Or
In
not
the chair
always
bars.
instrumental completely, but Bare Necessities instrumental you'll hear playing in the
Oh, yeah.
hallways a lot, and so I started
Yeah,
associating that
yeah.
song with being on a cruise
That's
too.
what friends are for.
Oh.
Yeah.
That song.
Yeah, the Sherman Brothers did Colonel Hathie's March, I Want to Be Like You, Trust in Me. That's what friends are for in my own home.
Okay.
Wow.
The Sherman Brothers said bangers only.
No
for
kidding.
life.
Those, you're right, absolutely.
The Sherman Brothers.
They know how to crank it out.
yeah.
Yeah.
Disney's like a magnet for iconic songwriters.
I'm gonna close it out with one question. What is everyone's least favorite Disney soundtrack?
I don't have one. Let's not start any slander on the channel.
Well,
No.
Smangy loves Frozen.
So we just have to listen to Frozen so much.
Yes, I've heard a lot of Frozen.
That one
Yeah.
gets a little.
But yes, there's so many good ones. It was just impossible. I'm telling you, it was so hard to narrow it down to top 5.
Yeah.
And I can really angry at myself for leaving out Tarzan.
I can't believe you didn't put
Yeah.
Tarzan.
You know what
on
we
there.
should do next? We'll do live action because there's some great live action.
Oh my
music.
goodness, yes, definitely.
You guys, thanks for being
He's a
here
pirate.
on the channel
It was
today.
fun.
It was so much
Yes,
fun.
I can't wait to see what everybody says are their favorites.
I know. Let us know in the comments down below.
Yes.
And until then, we'll see you next time right here on Alleyways.
Bye.
Bye.